Hello and welcome back to Everyman Prepping. Hope you're having a great day. And there's been a lot of emphasis and videos, including myself, on what are the shortages at the stores right now, what's missing on the shelves, what is in short supply, what's that doing to the prices, and that's great so we can react right now. But to be proactive, we need to look at what's coming in the future. What do the food stocks look like that's going to affect us 2, 3, 4 months from now? So we're going to look at that in this video. We're going to look at corn, wheat, soybean, dig into the eggs a little bit towards the end, and then stay all the way to the end, and we're going to talk about how you should be planning for this future based on what we're going to hear today. So please like the video, subscribe, ring that bell, and please share. We're going to talk a lot about sharing here a little bit later coming up. So what you can see right now, this is from Twitter, and this is Karen Braun, and she's basically a crop analyst, and she says here, this is going off of the crop levels now for the end of the year for 2022. So she says that the analysts peg the December 1st U.S. corn stocks at 9-year lows, wheat stocks at 15-year lows, and soybeans at 2-year lows. And what does that mean, the stocks? That's the excess on hand. That's what farmers have on-site storage, what warehouses have. It's not in the fields. It's not at the stores. It's stocks that are yet to be put into the market. And so we can see here where almost not all-time lows, but 15-year lows, 9-year lows, 2-year lows. And these lows haven't been factored into the price increases going up. What you're seeing with inflation now at the stores doesn't include this because this is the end of the year. So this is going to contribute to higher prices coming up. And if we can see here in the chart, let me see if I can blow it up a little bit so we can actually see it. This is in billions of bushels, by the way, it says there. So corn, you can see, let's scoot over a little bit here, that at the end of the year, so this is all December 1st of every year. So in December 1st of 2021, there was 11.6 billion bushels of corn. This year, there's 11.15. So was that 500 million bushels short compared to last year? Soybean, it's down about, 300 million, and wheat, it's down about another 300 million or so, if I got my math correct there. So that's a lot of shortage going into the season, considering we're probably going to have fertilizer cutting yields this year, weather, all the other factors, pesticides costing more, they might be using less of those, herbicides, all that stuff. So if we're already behind, we're going to get more behind, which is going to be more shortages. So keep that in mind. So let's see, this is another thread from Karen on Twitter. This is about hard red winter wheat and the amount being planted for the upcoming year. So she says, analysts see U.S. winter wheat plantings for the 2023 harvest at a 7-year high. So that's great. They're planting more. Now, is this because they know the yields will be down, so they need to plant more acres to make up for it? Are they worried about weather? Are they thinking they're going to make more money because prices are higher? Might be a mix of everything. It's a 741,000 acre increase versus last year. But it's also grown, as she says, in the plains where the drought is currently the strongest. So that might be why they're planting more, because they know the drought's going to affect yield. So red winter wheat, you can just see the increase they have here. Nothing exciting there. But then she goes on to say, remember, planted and harvested area are measured separately for good reason. Because you plant so much, but how much do you really harvest? And then she says you have to wonder how the hard red winter wheat is doing in Kansas. So she put in here the drought monitor map. So she has, this is last year in January 4th. And this is Kansas right here. I have my cursor, and this is Nebraska, Kansas. You can see they're white to yellow, which is not too bad, abnormally dry areas. But then you have January of this year. It's deep red, even Nebraska into Kansas, dark red, which is exceptional drought. So we're comparing the numbers to last year, but look how worse the drought is, and that's going to affect it. And then she's asking, hey, anyone in Western Kansas, how's the crop looking? Appreciate your thoughts. So she has a few replies. This gentleman said he's looking to moving away from El Nino, moving into an El Nino. 3 years of La Nina has really hurt them. This gentleman here says, here are some photos of winter wheat I've taken out while reporting in southwest Kansas. It's extremely dry, and the wheat has emerged but is battered by the winds. And you can see what it looks like here. Doesn't look too good. This is little green sprigs. We can maybe do this, blow it up for you. That doesn't look too great. And then here, in another field, there's barely any green there. A little bit here. That doesn't look like a great crop to me. So that's not good for future. Going on here, another gentleman. Flying to Wichita from Denver, western Kansas looks very brown from the air. West of Hutchinson, stands are spotty. In the noon area, there is some leaf burn from the freeze, but definitely better than out west. And they're talking about the Arctic blast we had and how it affected the winter wheat. And then this guy here says, he's a farmer, he says, my wheat looks okay, but the neighbor just up the road, his wheat is garbage, which means there could be good and bad mixed in all the harvest. So it's not looking good for hardwood winter wheat. We might have planted a lot of acres, but the harvest isn't going to look good. That sums up the soybean, the wheat, and the corn of what's coming up. Not looking too good for this next year. But let's go look at what on top of everybody's mind right now. Everybody's super excited about, yes, eggs. So this is from the USDA report. It just came out on Monday. I'm going to show you the actual report in a minute to get some more detail. But so this is the stocks and the cost. So we got shell, they call it shell egg inventories, and that's the yellow. And it's 30 dozen cases, the thousands of 30 dozen cases. So as you can see here, back in January of last year, they had almost 1,750 cases. And then you can just see it go dwindle its way down, and we ended up about 110,000 cases of eggs. You can just see the depletion. And these black lines, they say in the notes below, all these vertical lines here, the vertical lines are outbreaks of avian flu. And so you can see, basically from February through June, a lot of outbreaks. The heat of the summer, I guess, dissipates and gets rid of the virus. Then you get back into the fall and winter, and the cases are back. So that's a lot of cases of bird flu. It's not going away anytime soon, I don't believe, this year. So you can, expect more of this. Now, as for the cost, this is wholesale egg prices. These are cents per dozen. So 500 cents is $5 per dozen. And you're thinking, wow, that's a lot. Because these are wholesale, by the way. These aren't at the store. This is wholesale buyers. So you can see at the beginning of the year, they start here at just a little over $1, let's say $1.20 for a dozen. Pretty reasonable. That's why you have eggs in the store. Double that, triple that, makes reasonable prices. We're now over $5 a dozen on the wholesale market. That's why you're seeing the eggs at $7, $8, $9, $10 a dozen. Because, they got to take their cut and add in a profit for them. So, look at that increase over this year. If they can't get production ramped up, you're going to see that going on in 2023, increase even further, which is why I want to go to this here. So I know it's tiny, I'm going to blow it up here, but this is from the actual USDA Egg Market News Report from this Monday. And let me blow it up now here a little bit. Let's see, let's try that. So what you can see here, it has areas, delivered to warehouse. It has the range of the price. Remember, this is in cents, so it's like $4.58 to $4.67 here. The range and what they mostly found. And it's got Midwest, South Central, so it's got different areas of the country, and you can see the prices. They're all very high. Remember, this is, once again, wholesale prices. Some of you are saying, well, I see cheaper prices. I still see eggs at $3. They might be bought 2 or 3 months ago. They have old stock on hand, and then the new prices are going to go up here. But you can see, like here in South Central, we got medium eggs at $3.52. Range of $3.54, $3.57. If you go down here to New York, the New York large, they saw a range from $1.79 to $8.79, but most are in the $6 range. That's where most of the eggs are. So like I said, they got these for every range. I'll link this in the comments below so you can go through and find your area. But here's California, very high prices. But let's get to this chart. It's what this chart here, the data came from. But this is the raw, more in depth, because it has other years, which is what I want to show you, because you can see trends and predict the future, which is why we're doing this video here. So this red line is 2023. Here we are, almost $5.40 for a dozen of eggs at the wholesale level. And what was it last year? Last year was green. So we started, they have their chart at $1.40 or so, $1.50, I don't know in there. And you can see as you go through the year, it spiked up. And it almost started following this. The dotted blue is 3-year average. So you can see it started following it even into July. And then it really started going up towards the end of the year. But, the pattern's the same. The spikes are the same in the same areas. So think about this. Let's look at the blue line, the dotted line, so we can predict what's going to happen this year probably. On an average, started at $1, ended the year on the average at, what are we at here? About $2.60, 2.5 times. Well, if we're starting here at $5.40, are we going to end the year at $10.80, $10, $15 a dozen eggs? Could happen. They need to get production under control. They need to get production ramped up. We could see $10 or $15 dozen eggs. So, be ready for that. It could happen. This is, the information you need to have so you can prepare, get what you need now. That's what we're going to talk about now. So what do we do with this information? So corn, soybean, wheat, hard red winter wheat, all that. Lowest stocks on hand in 5, 15, 9 years, all that. Hard red winter wheat's not looking good. So that's why you're stockpiling now. Don't stop your stockpiling now. Keep going with whatever you're buying that includes those 3 to 4 ingredients. And keep your stores. Use some, restock. Use some, restock. Keep it always. Rotate your food, but always keep enough on hand for whatever you have. Whether that's 1 month, 3 months, or a year. Keep it stocked because, as you see, not going to get better. Now to my favorite subject of eggs and getting chickens. If you can get chickens, get those chickens. I can't stress it enough. I know I sound like a broken record, but you get those chickens, you don't have to worry about. The $5 dozen eggs going to $10 or $15 because you have your own. And once you have your own, you'll probably never go back to buying store-bought again because you're going to enjoy the quality, the flavor, the nutritional value, the benefits of the fertilizer, all the stuff that comes with it. You'll never go back. Plus, you can help out your friends and family if you have extra eggs with their saving money, especially the elderly. If you have parents, grandparents, that maybe on someone on a strict budget, they can't afford more, you can help them out as well. Plus, the other benefits of chickens. Let's say you need someone to talk to. You're lonely. You don't want to talk to anybody. Go out and talk to your hens. They're great. You talk to them, throw them some scratch. They cackle, they coo, they do whatever. They're great to talk to. And then let's say you're angry, you're mad. You don't want to yell at your kids, your friends. You don't want to yell at your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You know what? If you have a rooster, go yell at that rooster because let's be honest, most roosters are jerks and they need to be yelled at. So go take your frustration out on that rooster. It's great therapy to have the hens and everything around. And then what you need to do after that, share this information. Like I talked about earlier in the video. Share this with people that aren't prepping in your life. Friends, family, co-workers, whoever. You might want to watch the video, not watch it, or just tell them yourself is, hey, they're probably noticing the eggs now, but they're not going to notice the other food products. They're probably not even paying attention. But you can kind of share this information and say, hey, the stores, the stores of those, corn and soybean, which are almost in every product that we buy, especially processed food. And let's be honest, most people eat processed foods, unfortunately. But so it's all going to there, and you can say, hey, why don't you stock up on some of that because it's not getting any better. It looks like harvest is going to be down. Why don't you buy some or get some there? And also for the eggs, let's say you can't have eggs. You wish you could have chickens. You wish you could have hens, but you can't. But you have an uncle, a grandparent, a friend that has a yard. They can do it. So maybe you partner with them. Say, hey, let's get a coop together. Let's build a coop. Let's get some hens. We'll share the responsibility of taking care of them. We'll split the eggs. It's a win for both of you. You can't have them, but now you have access to a place that can have them. They get benefit from them. You work something out with like that. I know a lot of people that share in that because they live in a townhouse or an apartment or an HOA that doesn't allow it, but they have a friend or someone else a little bit outside of town or just a different neighborhood in the town that can. They partner up with them. They share the duties and they both get the benefit. So that's all I have for you today. Hope you can spread this word. And until next time, keep your ear to the ground, head on a swivel.